few weeks ago, Ben Marriott put out a video called Why They Aren't Hiring You. Intrigued by this video, I sat down to watch it. Ben's video is packed full of some great tips, but I had a few ideas of my own. In this video, I'm going to summarize Ben's tips and add some of my own, but do make sure that you go and watch Ben's video if you haven't done so already. Firstly, Ben talked about showing the work that you want to make. This is really important because you will get hired based on what's on your showreel or portfolio. Here's my hot take number 1. You should make sure that you're only showing your very best work. So that could be doing a 30-second showreel of really great work instead of a 1-minute showreel of some really great work, but then some not so good work. A great example of this is Cabeza Patata. They are a character animation studio and they built their studio based on the kind of work that they wanted to make. And now they have clients like the New York Times, Spotify, and Google. So this is my hot take number 2. Don't confuse your clients by showcasing too many skills. A question that I get asked a lot is, should I be including all of my work in one showreel or one portfolio if I have lots of different types of work? And like most things, the answer is it depends. But if you're trying to include your work as a motion designer, a cinematographer, a photographer, a sound designer, your knitting side business, your cat hat business, then you're probably confusing the client about what they should come to you for. When you're first starting out in a creative industry, I do recommend that you try and do lots of different types of projects with lots of different types of clients. But I also recommend sticking with one discipline, like being a motion designer or an illustrator, and then eventually maybe you can niche down based on your style or the type of client that you want to work with. And I know what you're probably thinking. What if the style doesn't match what the client wants? If you're an established artist with clients already who keep coming back to you, they're not going to be bothered if on your website you mainly have one style that you love working with. They're going to trust that you can do the work that you've done for them before. And you can always have an extra reel or a slightly different website that showcases slightly different work if you still want to work with those clients. You can always have a private showreel or portfolio and send it along to clients when you need to. Another question that tends to come up a lot when you talk about showing the work that you want to make is, what about if my client's work is under NDA? Can I show personal projects or do I have to show some client work to get hired? It's absolutely fine to show personal work on your portfolio, and it's actually really important to show some personal work. When I've spoke to lots of producers, creative directors and studios, they've said to me that they really like to see personal work because it shows your own style, what you're interested in, and it also shows that you're passionate about what you do. So my hot take number 3 is to block out time in your calendar to do personal work so that you can grow as a creative. And even if you only have a couple of hours a month, you can make a super small project, maybe like a 10-second animation or even a 5-second one. If you don't work on personal projects, you're going to be stuck in this cycle of work that you're not interested in. So you really need to give yourself the time and space to work on projects that you really love in a style that you really want to do so that you can showcase that to your future clients. In his next tip, Ben talked about being brief when you're emailing your clients and respecting their time. And he said to end your emails with no reply necessary, which I think is really great advice. However, one mistake I see when creatives are emailing their clients is they're not emailing enough potential clients. I often get asked, how do I get more client work or even get a job? And my answer is always, how many clients are you emailing and how many relationships are you trying to build right now? And after speaking with many designers about this, you usually need to send around 30 emails to get one project. And you should think of this as planting seeds to grow your projects later, because usually they don't all flourish at once. So my hot take number 4 is to use a CRM or client relationship manager. Now we have one in our course Client Quest if you are a student, or alternatively, you can create a simple spreadsheet. You need to include your past clients, your current clients, and your potential clients. Another tool that I like to recommend is Streak for Gmail. Since most people are using Gmail to email their clients, this is a really great option for tracking where your potential clients are, your current clients are, and keeping up with your past clients as well. And finally, Ben talked about showing your process, which is extremely important if you're working direct to client. You could include a process page on your website, and I definitely recommend creating some case studies for your work. If you would like me to make a video about how to create case studies, then do pop a comment below this video. Case studies help you to show off your process, but they also help you to show the value that you can provide to a client. It's really great if you have any results from your project that you did with a client. For example, if they're trying to create awareness for a campaign that they're doing, maybe how many views the client got from your animation, or alternatively, how many sales of a product they got from your design work. Everyone loves to see process and behind the scenes, so I do recommend that you show behind the scenes of your work on social media. If you use After Effects, an easy way to do this is a plugin by Carl Martinez called Cyclops. We have 3 Cyclops plugins to give away, so if you comment below and let me know what your favorite tip was from this video, then you could be in with a chance of winning the Cyclops plugin. And we will announce the winners on our community page a week after this video is released. So let's recap the tips that we went through in this video. Number 1 is only show your best stuff. Number 2 was don't confuse your client with too many skills. Number 3 was block out time in your calendar for personal work. Number 4 was to use a CRM or client tracker to keep up with and build on your relationships. And number 5 was use case studies to show how you work and the value that you provide to clients. Once you get hired for your creative work, you're going to want to know how to price your work correctly. So you should watch these videos next where I talk about how to charge your clients.